he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank you guys for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I am Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
My name is Terry Ricardo DeShazo the second. The Deuce is in the building. How's it going, brother?
Terry is the Deuce because this is our second attempt at recording this podcast. Is that why we're throwing up the Deuce? Or is it because I said I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson twice at the top of this podcast? Or is it just because this is our second episode that we're dropping this week for the fans, giving y'all 3 hours of content during a crazy NBA and World Soccer week?
Hell yeah. We got to give the people what they want, man. It's the summer of transfers, man. The summer of NBA free agency. The NFL's not back yet, so, it's a long dog days of summer. We got to create some content after, there's no more bullshit going around. Baseball's not doing it for us, so it's time. It's time, baby. We're gonna give you something what you need. Let's do it.
Get right to it. I like it. Terry, turn your mic down. All right. And then we'll transition right to Phoenix and a man who they turned down a year ago, DeAndre Ayton. They drafted him number 1 over Luka Doncic and Trae Young. They went all the way to the NBA Finals in 2 games of winning the chip, losing to Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then they inexplicably decided not to re-sign their star player, DeAndre Ayton.
Idiot.
It's been a year of limbo. It's been a year of contract talks, extension talks, bottoms falling through, mistrust on both sides. And for a while, it looked like Ayton was really heading out of town. But last night, the Indiana Pacers signed him to a 4-year max offer sheet, which was immediately matched by the Phoenix Suns, keeping him in Phoenix at least until January 6th, when he could legally be traded again.
Uh-oh. The resurrection? Or what they call it? The January 6th?
This is just running it back another year. This is Blade 4. That's what this is. It's like, we're just going to do this again and wait till you guys freeze him out of the offense and don't give him post touches. And then he'll just be disgruntled and demand a trade in 6 months. Congratulations, Phoenix. Terry, can you explain to anybody what Phoenix was thinking, why they didn't just sign him to a max extension a year ago for the same amount of money? If they were trying to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, why they didn't do a sign-and trade to get a better player back or move him for assets they could use to get Kevin Durant, who's on the move this summer. Instead, after all of it, they end up matching the Pacers' poison pill offer sheet, and you're going to pay Ayton a ton of money next year to a guy they really don't want to have around.
I don't think it's explainable, bro. I really don't. I don't know what the hell they did. They definitely screwed this up, but good move on Ayton, to go to Indiana and be like, hey, offer it. You know what I want. Phoenix is going to match it. Give me that max money. Because he doesn't deserve max. He probably deserves, I would say, just as much as Jalen Brunson. Maybe a little bit more than him, and that's about it. My man really didn't do a whole lot for me this year. I mean, his rookie year and his sophomore year, he definitely improved. But this third year, it didn't do a whole lot for me, man. Monty Williams didn't see it as well. So,
Well, Jalen Brunson is going to be making like $120 million. DeAndre Ayton's going to be making like
133, I thought, right?
Yeah, 133. So it's only really a difference of $13 million over a 4-year deal.
Yeah, tweak it down. He doesn't deserve 133. No,
listen,
no fucking way.
Would you rather lose him for nothing? I mean, 4 years ago, the Phoenix Suns hired the Slovenian national team's coach to be their coach, so they presumably could draft Luka Doncic. Then they decided not to do that. Take this guy at number 1. Pretty much have rested on their laurels in the draft since then. On Ayton, Bridges, and Cam Johnson. Hasn't done anything with their picks since. And now we're in a situation where it's like you're looking down the barrel of a gun, looking at losing, one of the 3 best players on your team for absolutely nothing. And the reason is because, 1, James Jones doesn't value draft picks. And 2, they think Chris Paul is going to play until he's 45 years old.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing out there, man. It sounded like they just had like some infighting going on, some in-house fighting, especially with the contract situation.
Well, especially when their coach says it's internal at the end of the season, describing why he benched DeAndre Ayton in the final game of the playoffs.
Yeah, of course, that was a mistake, but they definitely should have signed your boy in the beginning of the season, bro. They absolutely messed that up. Like so badly. Like when someone is in a contract dispute in the beginning of your season, in a way that which it bucks up your season towards the end, where you don't play them in a pivotal game, in like 2 or 3 games, Monty Williams is like, no, this guy's complaining about money. I don't like him. Get him out of here. Respectfully, I feel like DeAndre Ayton may have talked about Monty Williams' wife, who died a couple years ago. Respectfully, I'm not trying to go crazy, but a little money shouldn't have got Monty as mad as he was, bro.
Like, you think he sent him the clip of Dave Chappelle remaking Ghost?
Something like that, bro. Like in a game 7, what was it? It was game 7, right, or game 6? How many games they lost to fucking Dallas?
It was 7.
You don't play this dude a whole second half. That's egregious as fuck. They messed this up, and it's only their fault that they have to fucking pay this dude 133 maxed out dollars. It's an absolute calamity. It's stupid.
Terry, were they really benching DeAndre Ayton, or were they promoting Bismack Biyombo?
Jesus Christ, you almost made me spit this water out.
Ruin that USB mic, Terry. It's time to get a new one. I'm sick of the problems.
I don't know, bro. Like
for DeAndre Ayton, a man whose face looks like he's 60 years old, his heart must already feel like he's 40, being yanked around by a team who drafted him just 4 years ago. The guy, when he gets the ball, is pretty good. He was top 20 in like post scoring this past season. He's a pretty good finisher at the rim. He has pretty good size for a big guy. Doesn't get the ball a lot. No. Besides, just hard rolls to the rim. And I don't really begrudge him for saying, like, I want to do more. I think I'm a better player than this. Like, I'm not just a catch pass like JaVale McGee lob threat.
Yeah.
And
no, he's better than that.
Get me out of here. Let me go to Indiana and show you folks what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
From his perspective, better. I mean, how would you be feeling right now if you're DeAndre Ayton?
If I'm Ayton? Oh, I'm itching to fucking ball out. But I ain't going to do it in Phoenix. I'm sitting out. I got my contract. What am I going to play for? Oh, my back. Oh, my knee. Oh, my hamstring. Oh, can't play until January 6th. Oh, can't play until January 15th. Pull an AD. Pull an Anthony Davis. Get that trade that you want. See, Phoenix fucked up, man. It's so stupid. And I love these rules that just hinder these teams so badly. It's like you give this dude a max. Now you can't even trade a disgruntled player because of this dumbass NBA rules they keep making all the time. And I'm just like, what do you mean you can't trade him until January? Fuck that. Get him out of here. I want this motherfucker on my team. James Jones is looking like a dumbass. Monty Williams is looking like a dumbass. The Phoenix owners are looking stupid. Chris Paul's just sitting there like, yo, I got to play with this kid again. They need a nice little package to come back, though. He's a decent player. It's very unfortunate when you don't have, like, any leverage when it comes to a trade. They have no leverage when it comes to this. Like, everybody knows Ayton wants out.
If they didn't now, they did for the last year. When everyone knew for an entire year that Phoenix were looking to move him for something better, or at least not re-sign him to a maximum contract. And after a year of not moving him, not getting anything back, no trade proposals, no picks, no promising young players,
nothing.
We'll just re-sign him. We'll match another team's offer. And if you want to know the difference between offering Ayton the max a year ago and matching the max that the Pacers just offered him, consider the case of Gordon Hayward, who left the Jazz on his second opportunity because they did the same thing to him and jerked him around in free agency, let the Hornets sign him to a huge offer sheet, and then matched it after acting like they didn't want him the entire offseason. So he said, you know what? 2 years from now, I'm up out of here. The difference is this is 8 years in the future. You don't have to wait 2 years anymore to demand a trade. Kevin Durant just demanded a trade, and the ink isn't even dry on his new extension. He hasn't even played on the new 4-year deal yet, and he already went out of town. You think it's going to be any different for DeAndre Ayton? I don't think so.
Nah,
I think,
I don't think so.
the situation you put out is pretty accurate. Oh man, my lower back hurts. I have Achilles soreness.
Yep.
I don't trust the team doctors. I consulted with Kawhi Leonard, and I got my own independent team of doctors, and we think that there's something wrong. And he could very well do that and sit out and not play a game and put Phoenix's feet to the fire. And within 18 months, we went from looking at Phoenix to a team that may be back in the finals a couple more times this decade with a young core of Book and Ayton and Bridges and the fine wine of CP3 getting better year after year. And now it's like, has the Phoenix Suns title window shut, Terry?
I think it's done. Unless they can get something good back for him. But at this point, I don't really know what they can get back for him specifically. Like, you're going to kind of have to give up another piece to get more pieces to come in. So it's just like you're messing up your chemistry. You know, I mean, you're getting rid of Ayton, but you like mess up chemistry getting rid of somebody else like a Cam Johnson or like a Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges, you know? So I don't know, bro. They did it to themselves. They handcuffed themselves. So there's no one to blame but them. Now I see why they haven't been successful since Steve Nash. The fucking front office has been just horrible.
Well, it not just the front office, Terry. It always starts at the ownership, and a fish rots from the head down. And Robert Sarver, you know, has been a terrible NBA owner, notoriously cheap. Didn't sign Joe Johnson, traded Amari Stoudemire. The list goes on and on and on and on and on of the moves that he didn't make to enable them to win a championship. And then, like, here he goes again. What other owner in the NBA gets to the NBA Finals, watches this guy go toe-to-toe with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then says, no, I won't retain this asset and go into luxury tax to re-sign him. If you're not going to be willing to give your best players extensions from their rookie contracts, then don't draft number one. Trade the pick out to someone else and draft at 20.
No, facts. That's facts.
It's just malpractice, top to bottom.
They completely messed this whole situation up, but, you know, it is what it is. And now you don't really have a chance to get KD, man. I mean, you know, if KD and Kyrie somehow miraculously, and it might not be miraculous, but if they somehow stay on New Jersey, or Brooklyn, I don't know, man. You're out for this summer. You got to wait a whole season. By half a season, I think KD and Kyrie are gone, and you kind of missed your championship window, and it's done. You're right. It's closed. Close the book. Fire Monty Williams. Chris Paul's old as fuck. Devin Booker. See you later. Let's rebuild, baby. Let's rebuild. Close it up.
The haterade is running through your veins. I love it. I love it. Like D'Angelo Russell when he was back in New Jersey.
Definitely, baby.
Another guy who could be on the move, who doesn't think that these NBA contracts are worth the paper they're printed on, is Donovan Mitchell. And we talked about earlier him partnering up with Zion Williamson and the Big Apple, him, you know, being brought along by Quinn Snyder in a year. Well, just like Ayton and Kevin Durant and Third Eye Kai, the timetable has accelerated, Terry. Yeah. And the trade of Rudy Gobert signified that the Utah Jazz are looking to suck dick for another Frenchman next year. So, Donovan Mitchell has got to go.
Yep.
And nobody wants him more than the New York Knicks.
Yes, sir.
Terry, tell us about the trade proposal that the New York Knicks reportedly rebuffed.
So apparently the Knicks, the Jazz, they wanted too much. They wanted 6 first-round future picks from the New York Knicks and RJ Barrett. Now, and it was some other players in there, like younger players, a guy that's playing really well in Summer League for the Knicks. Whatever, give him up, who cares? And I think they might have thrown in Obi Toppin. But here's the thing. They said everything is fine, but we got to keep RJ Barrett. They said you can have the 6 picks, but RJ Barrett's off the table. And I don't know.
The table?
I don't know if
Harry, is he off the table for you as a Knicks fan? Would you declare RJ Barrett untouchable in a Donovan Mitchell trade?
All right, here's the thing about RJ Barrett coming from me. You know, a huge Knicks fan since fucking OJ stabbed that 2 people back in '94. Like,
since we cut away from the last time you were in the finals, yeah, go ahead to change how news was broadcast forever.
Hold on. We were in the finals again in '99. Don't forget about that '99 strike season. Michael Jordan didn't want none of that New York smoke. Yeah,
I mean, everybody else did, so I don't know why I wouldn't.
So '99, we made the finals. Here's the thing, though: the draft picks from the New York Knicks. Honestly, shit, man. I mean, since like maybe even Patrick Ewing, bro, it's been shit. And maybe Charlie Ward. I won't do that. I'll say Charlie Ward. He was a decent pick. Everybody else,
Barrett, or no, who was it? Yeah, I think R.J. Barrett is on pace to be the first Knick since Charlie Ward to sign a rookie extension.
Yep, exactly. So that's the thing that we're going through. Like every single draft pick that we ever have has no promise. They're a bust within a year or two, i.e. fucking Kevin Knox, Eddie Curry, like so many names. It just, I don't know, man. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. And I think it breaks every New York Knicks fan's heart. They don't want to see a promising guy that we drafted ourselves, which is like when you become a great team, you draft a player and he becomes great. We just want to see somebody that we drafted become somebody good. That's what happens for everyone. Steph Curry, LeBron did the shit with Cleveland. They became good. I mean, sometimes you can buy out. These days, it's a lot more like buying somebody. But still, there's a lot of teams that like drafted someone and their team became good, i.e. Giannis as well, Luka Doncic, all that type of shit. Devin Booker, Phoenix. It's hard to let somebody go, and we know we haven't had a good draft pick since Charlie Ward, since Patrick Ewing. Like, we had 3 decent picks. And Charlie Ward is just someone we, like, extended him. And he wasn't that good. He should have played fucking football. He's a Heisman Trophy winner who played basketball. Who the fuck does that? But anyways, we've had 3 good draft picks in 30 years, bro. 30 years, bro. I understand we don't want to get rid of RJ because he's showing some promise. He scored 20 points a game last year for us. But I'm inclined to get rid of him. If we can get something back, if we can get a decent 2-way player somewhere else, I'm inclined to get rid of him. Now, I don't want to see him go because that kind of loses the efforts of getting Zion in the future, which is like him and Zion. RJ and Zion are decent friends. So giving them up would be tough, and that would kind of mess up your future plans. But you got to do what you got to do, man. It's a tough job. You got to make the tough decisions. Donovan Mitchell is way better than fucking RJ Barrett, and I don't think RJ Barrett will ever reach the ceiling of Donovan Mitchell, bro. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
The truth comes out. You finally get to us, Terry. After all that belly aching about the Knicks not having a decent point guard until Jalen Brunson and wasting all their draft picks, you finally say ship the one guy that we got out of town. But you know what? I'd do it too for the right price. Yeah. But what I want to do more than that, Terry, and you gave me this idea, is we need to get our friends together for Halloween, and we need to dress up as the Knicks draft picks. Like all 30 of us all dress up as guys who never got a second contract from the Knicks.
Jesus Christ. That means somebody's got to dress up as Clay Anthony early, and he got stabbed like 9 times, so it's not his fault he didn't get his second contract. Somebody's got to wear a Clay Anthony early jersey with a bunch of stab wounds in it, so good luck with that one.
I know a strip club that's perfect.
Look, here's my thing, bro. Here's my thing. I don't give a fuck about the draft, and you know that. You definitely know that. I mean, of course, look at my track record. I'm a Knicks fan, so, like, who cares? Like, we think we can sign anybody. The Jazz, though, they do need these draft picks. But Danny Ainge's track record, who's the best players he drafted? Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Congratulations. You also drafted, like, Jared Sullinger. You got lucky with Marcus Smart. You also drafted fucking Naismith, who sucks dick. There's, like, Fab Melo, who's fucking horrible. You drafted Taco Fall for no fucking reason. A fan favorite for dumbass reasons. I don't understand.
Yeah. 99 overall available my player card for some reason.
Yeah. Are we sure that Danny Ainge is the guy for the drafts? He's a great guy when it comes to trades. But him in this draft process, absolute shit. I don't give a fuck if we give up 4, but more than 4 picks is tough. I don't want to give Danny Ainge 4 picks.
That's why. He knows his own limitations. He's like, I need about 9 picks so I can get one guy.
I mean,
you remember who was the other guy took? It was like R.J. Hunter from Georgia State. Took him in the 15th.
His draft
James Young from Kentucky, who got drafted in the top 10. Did he even play 82 games in the NBA? I doubt it.
I don't think so. I can look it up, but I don't think so. There's no fucking way. He's
the
a bad
list goes
drafter.
on and on. But he
Yeah.
wins all the trades. What he needs to do is hire Brad Stevens back or somebody like that and be like, you draft all the guys and I'll get you the picks to do it.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man.
But if it were me in New York, I'd be a little reticent to give up 6 draft picks for a guy who's been one of the 25 worst defenders in the NBA the last 2 seasons.
6 is wild. Plus, I mean, if you got a backcourt of Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, how much are you going to do like defensively, bro? That's going to be a problem.
Well, that was my next question because it kind of reminds me of a situation we had 2 years ago when Russell Westbrook left Houston to partner with Bradley Beal in Washington, D.C. And it was like, man, the offensive firepower. Who's going to be able to stop these 2 creative ball handlers that could score from all over the court? If the ball's in Russell Westbrook's hands, he's just going to get a triple-double. And then they can do this whole other thing with Bradley Beal where he gets 30. And I was like, yeah, but who are they going to guard? And that's my question for this Knicks team. If you do this trade and your starting backcourt for the next 4 years locked in is 6'1" Jalen Brunson, who can't jump over a Chinese phone book, and 6'1" Donovan Mitchell, what is this team's ceiling?
See, I think that's the reason why you don't want to give up an RJ Barrett, bro. Like, if there's a sneaky way you can also kind of get Julius Randle out of there, because I'm not going to sit here and say he's a great defender either. He has a horrible contract, though. But it's just, if you got those 2 guys, then every other person needs to be a really good defender to almost great. Like, you can't have 2 below average, almost bad defenders, and then have your other guys be like decent defenders. They got to be great. I don't even to your point, Terry. I
don't even think if you kept RJ, it would work. Like,
no,
if you included Randall into the trade instead to match the salary for Mitchell, and let's just say gave them 7 picks, 4 picks, 3 swaps, because you'll have to give them 2 additional picks versus if you gave up RJ. 1 just to take Julius Randle's contract. And then 2, because Julius Randle is not on the same level as a prospect as RJ Barrett. No. So if you do those 7 picks, 4 picks, 3 swaps, Randle back, suddenly your wings are RJ Barrett at the 3, Jalen Brunson at the 1, and Donovan Mitchell at the 2, which is probably the smallest team in the entire NBA.
Possibly. I mean, RJ's got some size. Here's the thing, though.
For a 3, though, I mean, he's strong, but he doesn't have the frame to guard, like, the big 3s in the league. He doesn't have it.
Who's to know? I think he's big enough to do it, but
do you think he's big enough to guard LeBron? You think he's big enough to guard Kawhi Leonard or Paul George or Luka Doncic or even Scotty Barnes or Paulo Banchero or Kevin Durant?
Look, the key to winning is not defense. All right.
Spoken like a true Knicks fan, Terry. If you could, you'd sign Kemba to another 4-year deal.
No, here's the conundrum, right? It's you get to have this top 12 guy, I would say. Donovan, maybe top 15. Just depends. Or you keep a draft pick. So even if we do kind of go down this lane after Patrick Ewing, the stars that we got, every single person is old. Now, Donovan Mitchell isn't a superstar, but I think he's like in that talking to be a star conversation. He's had 40-point games and almost 50-point games in playoff games. Like, dude's a fucking star. I can probably sit here and say, like, he's a really good player. Since Patrick Ewing in like 99 or 2000, whenever he retired, we've always got an old superstar, way past their prime. McGrady, I remember we got him. He was garbage. We had him way past his prime. Marbury, we had him way past his prime. We got Mark Jackson, old as fuck. We even got Steve Francis, old as fuck. Everyone we get is super old. We got Melo.
Pablo Prigioni.
We got Melo, but then we gave up the whole team. Pablo Prigioni. Like, every single person that we signed that was a star at some point or superstar has been way past their prime. So it's this conundrum for Knicks fans. They're just like, look, if I can get a star when he's, 25, 26?
I think he's
right
younger
now?
than that. Yeah. I think he's 24.
Let me get him. RJ, you got to go. If not, it's
four quarters don't make a dollar. Get the dollar piece and figure out the change later is what you're saying.
Exactly, dude.
I can understand that. Well, let me ask you one final New York Knicks question, one final point guard question. Given this choice that we've now had between getting RJ Barrett out the door, getting Julius Randle out the door, we've just been talking about Spida Mitchell coming back. So let me ask you, would you rather have Donovan Mitchell for RJ Barrett and the 5 picks on a 4-year deal, or would you rather take a flyer on Third Eye Kai for 1?
Third Eye Kai. I can't take Kai. I can't do it. We already got Brunson. That's tough. That's tough as fuck. I can't have a backcourt that short. Donovan Mitchell's already 6'4". Kyrie is
He's smaller than Kyrie Irving. Donovan Mitchell's 6'1".
No.
Yeah, he is. I looked it up today. He's 6'1".
Whatever. Semantics, whatever. Kyrie Irving is horrible at defense, just like Donovan Mitchell. And if you want to die on the Kyrie Irving defense hill, go ahead and do it again. I bet you won't. I bet you won't, like the last fucking podcast. Is Kyrie Irving a good defender?
He's better than Donovan Mitchell.
Shit. Hell no. He's smaller than him. He's older than him.
He's not smaller. Again, he's taller and weighs more. He's bigger than Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell's 6'1"? That's
He's
ridiculous.
6'1". He's 6'1".
I can't believe it. I can't believe he's that short.
He's got a plus wingspan.
I don't want him. Yeah, he's got like a 6'9" wingspan.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. With the two, so now you're out on everything. Just keep Jalen Brunson and leave these guys alone. Yeah, and we'll just run it back with Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Cam Sims, and whoever this guy is who's balling out in Summer League.
Yeah, I'm out. 6'1"? That's tough. I thought he was 6'4". Shit, this motherfucker got some bounce. I swear this whole time I thought he was a 6'4" guard. That's ridiculous. Oh my god! Yeah. No wonder he's so bad at defense. I thought he was 6'4" this whole time. They got him guarding 2s and 3s. Stop it!
Yeah, because he has to save Mike Conley's old ass.
Bruh, they lost their mind, bro.
Meanwhile, Rudy Gobert might be the best defender in the history of basketball. The more we think about it.
Hey, man, I guess so. If you messing around with 6'1" Donovan Mitchell, golly. I'm the same height as him, bro. I thought he was 6'4".
And a better defender.
Shit, I might be. That motherfucker sucks. That's crazy, Terry, bro.
If you had to bet your paycheck, your next paycheck, and sacrifice a summer vacation on where Kyrie Irving was going to finish next season, what team do you think Kyrie Irving will end next season on?
Oh, if I had to bet on my own money, I'd have to say he's staying with Brooklyn. I think he's staying on Brooklyn. I think he's going to finish the season with the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Like, what leverage does he have? The Nets don't have any leverage, and he doesn't have any leverage. How is he supposed to get a trade?
I think Joe Tsai, the owner of the Nets, is just sick of Kyrie Irving. And he's like,
I would be too.
This motherfucker is like he's a billionaire who's been through 3 CEOs in his 4 years owning the team, and he's like, you expect me to take orders from a malcontent delinquent that didn't play 40% of his games since I gave him this money? Joe Tsai is like, I'll fucking stretch Kyrie Irving. I'll waive him and stretch him tomorrow just to never have to talk to this motherfucker again.
Well, like at this point, it kind of sounds like for Kyrie alone, and we can talk about KD if we want to, but for just Kyrie, it seems like the only team that wants him is the Lakers and the Clippers. Clippers, they're going to have to give up.
Clippers just got John Wall. That's done.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, that was last week. I mean, they were still kind of talking about it, but you never know how it goes. But do you believe in the sentiment that, and I hear fucking like.
Oh my goodness. I just thought about it for 1 second, Terry.
Go ahead.
What a weird point guard room that would be for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson, John Wall, and Kyrie Irving, the three of them on the same team? You guys just don't pack past the second round.
Shit, no, what was I about to say? Oh, I hear these dudes on like these fucking sports shows and shit, and they're just like, yeah, LeBron's gonna get what he wants. Like, it's just gonna happen. I'm like, you can't just say that. Like, there has to be merit behind what the fuck you're talking about. There's gotta be facts. Like, LeBron doesn't always get what he wants. Just because he got Anthony Davis and they won the championship one year, everyone's like, oh, LeBron gets every player he wants. He names a guy and he gets him. Not fucking true at all. He played on really bad teams for a long ass time, bro. Not gonna lie about that.
Yeah, anyway, you're absolutely right. He has no input whatsoever. I'm sorry, Terry. I have Shabazz Napier on the other line calling into the podcast. Shabazz, how did it feel getting picked number 16 by the Heat just because LeBron told them to do it?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about trades. Like, a draft pick is different. For trading for dudes, it's hard to trade for guys. Like, how are you going to get the Nets to be like, look, I know you don't like Kyrie, but I got something great for you. I got this guy called Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? He had a pretty good season for us last year. Just look at the numbers. Don't look at all those other numbers. 18, 7, and 7. Now, 18, 7, and 7, that's almost a triple-double. I mean, it's not that bad. You know, take him. We get Kyrie. You know, you guys might be all right. Reunite Westbrook and Kevin Durant. I mean, is the pitch good? Come on, Brooklyn, help me out. I'm itching for somebody good. You can't get anybody. It's over. They're fucking done, bro. Get out of here. Kyrie's going to stay in Brooklyn unless they want to ship him to, like, Orlando or some shit. I don't know why I keep saying Orlando, but
right. It's just because it's the NBA version of Siberia. That's why.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's what I think. What do you think? Where's Kyrie going to be for you?
Dallas. I think he ends up on the Mavericks.
How?
I think Luka applies pressure to the Mavericks in the middle of the season, and it's not going so well without another creator. Jalen Brunson was a very steady hand for that ship that they haven't really replaced.
That'd be a good
Tim Hardaway Jr. is wildly erratic and from night to night can look like a G League player or an NBA All-Star. No one else on the team could really create their own shot, and I could see them having a Hawks type of drop-off from going to the conference finals to being like 10 games under 500 or having like a very disappointing record at the All-Star break. And Mark Cuban starting to feel the pressure from Luka Doncic for the first time, being like, listen, you need to get me some real fucking help or I'm going to start talking to other people on Twitter.
Yeah, true. I mean, so far Dallas has only got Christian Wood, and they got rid of
Christian Wood and the man, the myth, the legend, Spencer Dinwiddie himself. Who who thought he was better than Kyrie Irving when they were in Brooklyn. So
that's facts.
We'll see how that works out in Dallas.
I mean, they can apply all the pressure they want to, but you got to match up the salaries. I don't know if Brooklyn just wants to take scrubs. Go ahead. But I think Kyrie got a $37 million extension, or was it more than that? I don't remember what the number was exactly, but
yeah, it's like he opted in. It was a player option for like
who on Dallas is making $37 million. I mean, you're gonna have to add a couple players in there, 2 or 3 scrubs. And if I'm Brooklyn, I'm like, I don't want none of these garbage ass players on Dallas.
Well, if you're Brooklyn, it's like he's gonna leave for free in 3 months anyway. So if I can get just like a rotation piece for a guy who's going to be out the door, that might not be such a bad deal. Maybe they take 19-year-old Josh Green, who was playing in the playoffs in the Western Conference Finals, and say he could turn into something.
Maybe,
I don't know. It's a thought. The thing is, like, the interest in Kyrie is like open up your refrigerator. It's cold as hell. Like, nobody wants this guy.
No.
I'd be surprised. I really should say he'll be playing in the Rwandan fucking Patriots League with J. Cole. Give it back to the community, opening up the rest of the world's third eye.
He might. Well, the thing is, like, he barely plays without COVID. He's already injury prone anyways. COVID comes, he's like, I'm good. The resurrection happens. The fucking January 6th shit happens. He's like, oh, it's affecting me mentally. His birthday comes around. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take 3 weeks off and party on a yacht.
Right.
Like, come on,
his sister's birthday. Like,
what are we doing?
It would be the most Kyrie Irving thing ever, though, to be like, I can't play in the NBA because my conscience won't allow me to. And I have to take my game to NBA Africa to open the eyes of fans worldwide and let everybody in behind the curtain to see what's really going on. These young black men are being taken advantage of by the NBA owners.
Yeah.
They're making us get vaccines, and they're paying us $120 million not to play basketball.
I can see it. I can see him doing it. But honestly, bro, Brooklyn fucked up. I told you what they should have done. Should have stabbed him with a fucking vaccine. Right when he wasn't looking. Put him on the massage table. Got him. Right in his fucking ass. Dumbass. Bruh, he's staying in Brooklyn.
Hey, they should have pulled in New York Knicks how they got Jalen Brunson's dad in so they could bring Jalen Brunson. The Nets should have hired Rod Strickland to administer the vaccine.
No, that's fact. That's fact. But the other shit was what? Brooklyn doesn't have any draft picks, right? So it doesn't really behoove them to be shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what are we gonna do? Just give him away and just be in the middle for no reason, or just kind of be bad with no draft pick? What are we doing here? I don't hate Kyrie that much to be like, look, man, I don't know how bad we want to be, but KD and Kyrie, I think we're going to have to run this back, brothers. I don't know how it's going for you guys, but I think we're going to have to run this back. I ain't got no picks. I'm strapped.
I don't know if when Joe Tsai paid $3 billion to this team, he thought he was going to be getting the uppity Negro treatment from Kyrie Irving. I don't think he likes it too much. I think that he's going to do whatever he can to get him out the door. We'll see what happens. I wish the best for Third Eye Kai. You know what I mean? I think him and Mark Cuban, he sees himself as a bit of a maverick, a visionary himself. Could be an interesting partnership. We won't know until we throw Third Eye Kai in the Shark Tank, Terry. But that's couldn't take until January to happen.
Nah, that's absolute facts. But are they sick of just Kyrie? Or are they also sick of KD?
There are levels to this, as Meek Mill says, right? Kyrie is a one-year problem. No matter what, he won't be in Brooklyn being a problem after a year from now. Kevin Durant has 4 years left on his deal. And he's a guy who has a reputation for being a mercenary who has aspirations on being a top 10 player. So does he really want to sacrifice his legacy in the last years of his prime to sit out and prove a point to the Brooklyn Nets? If I'm Joe Tsai, I kick Kyrie's ass out the door, but I say, Kevin Durant, you ain't going nowhere.
But like,
it's Brooklyn.
realistically, to trade Kyrie alone, I honestly have no idea where he's gonna go, bro. Like I've heard like Kyrie to Miami for Kyle Lowry. I've heard Kyrie, of course, to LA. We heard the Clipper shit. That shit seems to be gone. Dallas, I don't know who they're gonna give up. If you give up Finney Smith and somebody else, like, you can't give up key pieces just to get Kyrie for a year and then he just leaves and goes to Africa. Like, this guy's very, very difficult, man. I don't know where you're going to ship this guy, bro. I really don't. I heard the Philly shit too, which is sneaky. Sneaky, putting him back
Harden
to Philly.
was nothing. Harden was no parts.
Brooklyn and Philly, bro. No, you trade him back for Harden. Come on. Run it back. Because you saw Harden took like a little pay cut. I think he's making... He took like a $15 million pay cut, so I think that puts him around the $30-something million range. I mean, that's straight up. Bring it back, Harden.
Hey, that could happen.
Run it back, baby. Harden and KD, that's good. Kyrie is just on that dumb shit. But Kyrie and Embiid?
Yeah. Oh.
Kyrie and Embiid, that's sneaky.
It's all fun and games until he starts locking his hair. Oh, man. Speaking of guys that are not locks to stay with their current teams, in European soccer, Terry, has been a flurry of moves this week. All right? We're going to start off with Barcelona. My team. You can catch a legend in the background back there. You can catch a legendary crest back there. You can catch a legendary good-looking man right here. But in the present time, Terry, yeah, you hear the saltiness, guys? You hear the saltiness?
Thieves. Absolute robbers.
Barcelona this week.
Money fraud.
They got the number one winger on the market in Raphinha.
Money fraud.
They re-signed the number two winger on the market in Dembele. Disgusting. And then brought in the runner-up for the Ballon d'Or, only to Messi, a guy who scored a goal on average every 74 minutes over the last 3 seasons. and
How are
Robert
you doing?
Lewandowski.
This is
Terry,
ridiculous.
they paid for it like your boy Chris Tucker at Friday, where he kept folding the dollar bills over, then unfolding them out the backside. He's here 10, 20, 30, 40. At some point, United is going to realize we only give him $8.
I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't get it. I guess Barcelona's money doesn't jiggle. It folds, bro. You guys got money out the ass. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't. That all of a sudden, a couple of years ago, you guys was like, we're in so much debt. We're in $1 trillion of debt. We need someone to bail us out. We want to form a super league. We have no money. We can't get anybody. All of a sudden, you just, you signed Xavi as a coach. I guess he took a pay cut. Wink, wink. You get Adama Traore. You get Aubameyang. You get Dembele back. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget the $50 million we spent on Ferran Torres.
There you go. You get Torres in the transfer window for the winter, and he's just in Barcelona's like, we don't have enough money to sign him. 2 days later, we got the $50 million to sign him. We got him. Dembele wants to leave. He wants to stay. He wants to leave. Then he's like, I'm definitely out. Then all of a sudden he's like, nah, I think I'm staying right where I am. I'm home. Take me home, boys. I don't get it. What's going on over there? Y'all are money fraud robbers. You probably went to his house and you said, look, play for us or fucking die. I don't give a damn what's going on around your life, but you're playing for us or you're doing nothing. Dembele, you held him
This isn't Brazil. It's Barcelona, okay? You're sounding a little bit like Brian Windhorst right now going, what's going on in Utah? What is going on in Barcelona?
Come on, bro. They're trying to tell me that they sold the name of the stadium rights for what was it?
Goddamn
$80
right.
million?
Huh?
Was it $80 million to sell your fucking stadium name?
No. It was like $400 million. It's for the next 15 years.
Just to change the shit to Spotify's Barcelona state. You're like,
yep.
$400 million for a name? Stop it.
Don't worry, Terry. We also got another $180 million to put Spotify on the shirts.
It's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Beyond that, 2 weeks ago, Joan Laporta and the Barcelona board activated their first economic lever in which they sold 10% of Barcelona's TV rights for the next 10 years to a private investment group. Then they activated the second economic lever, selling an additional 15% of future rights. Basically, Terry, what Barcelona is doing is they're mortgaging their future for the present. And they're pushing all the future assets in and saying, we're liquidable. We have all this money coming out, yada, yada, yada. We have partners who can back us. We need some money now. Take this debt on. Take this promise of money in the future for 80% of that money right now that we can get back. And what this has allowed Barcelona to do, Terry, is to balance their books for 2021, 2022 before the end of the fiscal year. So in La Liga, if you operate in a deficit in which you're losing money each season, you can only spend $1 on player transfers for every $3 that you bring in through sales. So even if Barcelona was able to offload $100 million in players this summer, they would still only be allowed to acquire a $30 million player in return. So doing this allowed Barcelona to get back into the black, out of the red, to show that they turned a profit during last season, even though they were $1 billion in debt. And now they can buy players 1-to-1. For every dollar that we make during the next year, we can spend $1 on a player. So the first economic lever gets them out of the swamp. The second economic lever gives them $300 million to spend. So now everyone else who's waiting around this summer like, Barcelona, they still owe Frankie de Jong $12 million from last season. They're still paying the Griezmann payments and the Dembele payments that were amortized over a 5-season-long period. How are they going to get Raphinha and Dembele and steal them from a billionaire owner like Todd Boehly and Chelsea?
This is crazy.
Well, this is how.
They're paying players in installments, guys. This is what's going on here. And in fucking installments, bro. They can't even pay their players. Then they're signing these guys and they're like, oh, we're getting all this money, but we can't sign them unless we sell Frankie de Jong to Man U. Man U, can you help us out? 70 million? It's a little 75, 80? Help us out a little bit. The definition of money laundering right here. Spygate. This is worse than the Patriots. Everybody, you need to look into this. This is absolute bullshit. They're
juking the stats.
I need the FBI on this case. I need who does the money? Who does the money, bro? It's not the FBI. CIA, they do drugs.
We gonna get Floyd Mayweather's people on it.
Who's on the money? Hey, you know your boy Floyd is over there like, God damn, look at Barcelona doing it big. Right. That's how you do it right there. Y'all out here leasing everything you got, man, for 21 and 22 and 23. I see how it goes. Holler at me in a couple years when y'all are broke as shit and you can't afford any players.
Well, that's my next question for you, Terry. You know, we've seen teams that once were European like powerhouses misinvest their money and completely fall from glory, never to be seen again in the world stage. You know, we had the Super Deport team that won La Liga and finished fourth in the Champions League. You had that Jose Mourinho Porto team. You had Nottingham Forest, who dominated European football in the 70s and now just finally got back in the Premier League after I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. $1.5 billion in debt, overextended by $600 million this season.
Debt.
Is Barcelona just too big to fail at this point? Or will they always have to come pay the piper eventually?
Nah, I don't think they're too big to fail. Everybody can fail. Ask Chelsea. They almost got relegated. What was this, like 5 or 6 years ago when they came in like 16th place or something like that with Hazard on the team? So I don't know if anybody's too big.
Oh my
to fail.
God, I forgot he was still alive. Does he play for Real Madrid still? Oh my God, Eden Hazard. What a blast from the past. That was great.
You're not too big to fail. The thing is, though, like, I am worried that you didn't kind of want to go through a longer lull period of being bad in order to kind of, you know, gap being shitty to become good again or to become relevant and then really mess yourself up for a number of years. So we'll see if it's worth it. Is, you know, a couple Champions Leagues maybe this year, next year worth being really bad for 20 years, bro? I don't know. I think Barcelona is too rich to be bad for a long period of time. But there can be like a 4-year period where you really have no money and bad players, and you can't even afford like good scouts and shit, where it really fucks you up. So I don't know. You're doing all this financial shit right now. And like you said, there could be, you know, some consequences to this down the line. Barcelona needs to be careful, bro. That's all I'm saying. You can sell.
Well,
you can sell
they certainly haven't been, Terry. All right.
You can sell all you want, but
this transfer window, they spent $50 million bringing in Raphinha from Leeds. If you guys don't know much about Raphinha, he's if Robinho and Alexis Sanchez had a baby, his name would be God. Raphinha.
That's an indictment to all fucking soccer players. Alexis Lawless and Robinho, bro. Stop.
No. Alexis Sanchez.
I thought you said
First of all, I buy that sex tape. Robinho, your little ass better run.
My bad. I just heard Alexi, and then the Sanchez part just left me, and I heard Lala. So I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'm about to kick him off the fucking podcast right goddamn now.
So to be more specific, he likes to take on defenders and dribble like Robinho. But he has the defensive work rate and acumen of Alexis Sanchez with the lust for gay sex like Alexi Lalas. Everything being seriously, though, this is a guy who is coveted by like every team in the world. Arsenal put in a bid for them and Leeds laughed in their face. Chelsea thought that $50 million, $60 million even would be enough to get the deal done. In the end, Raphinha's agent Deco ended up waiving his agent fee of like $10 million so that this deal could go through to Barcelona for $12 million less than Chelsea.
More cheating. Gave up his 10%. No one's giving up money just because they played for Barcelona, bro. So everyone listen clear. Somebody paid Deco off. Somebody gave Deco some 10%. I keep telling you, keep skimming off the top, and eventually your ass gonna get caught. I'm telling you, bro, don't fuck up. I'm telling you. You're gonna get banned from the transfers, bro. It's gonna be tough for y'all. I'm telling you,
You
don't
sound
fuck this up.
more and more like Third Eye Kai with every pass and secondary. As you well know, there's no tampering in soccer because if there is, soccer wouldn't be a
Come on.
sport.
All right,
Okay?
I'm telling you, ask
All
Chelsea
we do
about
is
that.
tamper.
I think honestly, bro, and Man U too. Man U had some problems, but I don't think Man U's problems were money. They just had bad coaches and bad players. Chelsea really fucked up, and they got banned from the transfer window for 2 straight years, and they were really fucking bad. So I'm telling you, bro, y'all keep skimming. Y'all keep skimming if you want to.
Oh, Terry, we weren't done. We weren't done.
No. I need to get the NCAA on this. I need the NCAA on this. Mm-hmm. They're the best in the business. I need the NCAA on Barcelona right now, tomorrow, actually. We're going to get y'all. We're going to catch y'all.
Meanwhile, we got 15-year-olds on NIL deals sticking their middle finger up. Like, you remember that kid, Xavi Simons, who left Barcelona for PSG when he was like 17 years old?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's like, I'm not starting for Barcelona when I'm supposed to be a junior in high school. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, that kid's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know, man. Be careful. But you guys do look stacked for the upcoming season.
We're not careful, and I'm about to tell you how stacked we about to be. Not only did we sign Raphinha, we also re-signed Ousmane Dembele and signed Robert Lewandowski for $40 million. All right?
Oh,
the attacking talent for Barcelona now, Robert Lewandowski with Ansu Fati as his sub. Dembele, trying to think who'd be on the right to sub for Dembele. But on the left, you got Raphinha and Ferran Torres. Oh, I know who's on the right sub for Dembele.
Depay.
Your boy for Netherlands, Depay.
Yeah. He might start, too.
This team is too deep on the wings, especially attacking quality all throughout the board. Then you look at the defense.
I was about to say, you keep getting all these attackers.
Terry, that's exactly what I was getting to, man. If you're going to spend $120 million and mortgage the future of your franchise on having one gigantic window that's going to set you up for success for the next half decade or so, I probably would not invest $200 million in guys who all play like in the same 30 yards of the field. I probably would allocate that money a little more evenly throughout the squad. Maybe having succession plans for guys like Jordi Alba, who's going to be 37 years old and has no decent backup on the team, or Gerard Piqué, who's 36 years old. And although he has a point to prove to the world, coming off a nasty, actually it's not a divorce because they were never married, with Shakira, Eric Garcia has not inspired a ton of confidence with anything other than his passing ability. And then your boy from Uruguay appears to be the only real defender who looks like they could be a key piece for Barcelona in 3 years, Araujo. Sergino Dest has been dropped by Xavi for 38-year-old Dani Alves, and it just looks so wildly unbalanced. $500 million in attacking talent, and then our defense is a bunch of 36-year-old white guys with no backup.
Free transfers. Your defense is a bunch of free transfers in the back. You're in trouble, buddy. You're in trouble. You thought you got waxed by Real Madrid this year. Next year is going to be ugly because you saw some of the guys they signed. They are looking good. How do you feel about Frankie de Jong leaving, though? That's the question I got for you, big Barca fan. You want him to stay? You want him to leave?
I wanted Frankie to stay, but at this point, it looks like his leaving is going to be necessary so we can even register these new players, Terry. Although Barcelona is able to sign players 1-to-1 now, $1 going in, $1 going out, there's still a salary cap in La Liga, which is based on how much salary you had last year, that determines how much you could pay for your whole team. And Barcelona are already at that limit without registering any of these new players. So this could be a situation, Terry, where it's like Aguero, where it's like he can't be registered for La Liga until December until we get some of these guys out. So there's a very real possibility that one of Raphinha, Pablo Torre, Kessie, Andre Christensen, Azpilicueta, and whoever else am I forgetting, is not going to be registered for the first half of next season, despite Barcelona spending millions of dollars and mortgaging their future to some degree to bring them in.
Nah, don't worry. They're going to get that done. Don't worry. It's going to get done. If they got to send Frankie de Jong to fucking Real Madrid, it'll get done. They're going to get it registered. Like, that's going to happen. Don't worry about it. I don't know, man. It just seems like, hopefully, I want everyone to do well. I wish no harm on anyone. But when you cheat so badly that Sergio Aguero just has a heart attack at the young age of 33 and has to retire from football, is there a curse going on over there?
It's no curse. He'd been living in Manchester eating British food for 8 years. His arteries were clogged up like the Lincoln Tunnel, Terry. He finally got out there in the fresh air of Barcelona. He was running around. His heart was like, buddy, I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, look, man.
That's why we brought in Frank Kessie. Okay? We know his heart works. All he does is run up and down all game and push people.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I think you guys will be looking good. I don't know if everyone you has is good enough for y'all to win the league next year, but we shall see. Barcelona does some magical things. They do some magical things.
One last Barcelona point, Terry. And I know we've gone a little long on the Catalan Giants, but they're just so near and dear to my heart. I think that this signing of Raphinha, Dembele, and Lewandowski, this trident, very clearly signals, along with the signings of Christensen and Azpilicueta, that Xavi has intentions from changing from a 4-3-3 to a 3-4-3, because that is the only instance in which I could see you need to have this many world-class wingers, especially ones who have the defensive capabilities of like Ferran Torres and Raphinha. So I think stylistically, we may see a very different Barcelona team next season, one more that's built in Xavi's image, like the one he played at El Saad that used a very direct 3-4-3, always looked to get overloads on the wings and have, those wingers dribbling one-on-one, isolated in space. Tiki-taka will always have a home, in Barcelona. But I think next season we could be watching a 2.0 or a more modern version of soccer that we haven't seen since Tito Villanova or whatever came and coached Messi.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I think your boy Xavi's a really good coach, but that defense is fucking shit. So we shall see how this goes. I see a third or second place in your future. I really wanted y'all to get that middle table last year, but you cheated your way back to the top. We'll see how it goes.
We're just going to play a 2-6-2 and let everything shake itself.
2-6-2. I mean, you guys are going to be at the top. It's just depending on if you can skim some games off of Real Madrid or not. I don't know. They look pretty good, so it's tough. The Lewandowski signing is the huge one. He's going to help you a lot, but like we said this whole time, defensively, he got some problems, and I don't know how it's going to get patched up this fast. Good luck, buddy.
Hopefully that Frankie de Jong money will go right to Jules Kounde or another world-class defender. But one guy who's not going to be on the market for Barcelona, despite them being very interested, is Kalidou Koulibaly, the Senegalese international who's been a rock for Napoli the last decade. He just agreed to terms to sign with Chelsea today. He's going to be presented tomorrow. Chelsea are also in talks to bring in Presnel Kimpembe from PSG, revamping their 3-man back line there, / 5-man back line, depending on what you want to call it, replacing Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Christensen. What do you think about Koulibaly's fit in the Premier League and up there in London for Chelsea?
Oh, man. This great fucking signing, first of all. Like, shout out to Napoli for being idiots, I guess he was looking for a big payday or something. I don't know. I guess they needed some money. Who fucking knows? This guy, he's going to make Rudiger and Christensen and whoever else was filling in, even Thiago Silva at some points because he's a little older. It's going to be a forgotten past. It's going to be a very quick turnover to the man Koulibaly. He is going to dominate this league like company, I would say. I don't want to say like late legends, maybe like a Rio Ferdinand or maybe like a John Terry, but bro's going to be pretty good. He's going to be pretty good. I think a lot of people don't really. Well, if you listen to this pod, I think you know who he is, but I don't know if a lot of soccer fans know who Koulibaly is, bro. This dude is an absolute tank. He's an absolute beast. Like, just go look at his stats. Go look at advanced stats if you want. He's an absolute monster, bro. He's got the size, the speed, the quickness. He's ready for the Premier League, bro. He's just been waiting. I'm surprised it took him this long to get out of Napoli, if I'm being totally fair.
People are just dumb. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I would have signed this guy 7 years ago. I've been saying it over and over and over again. I don't know what people are watching. I mean, do you remember when he shut Mbappe down when Napoli played PSG in the Champions League?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we'll just put him on an island with Mbappe, and he'll just take him out the game completely.
Yeah, man.
Like, this is the type of dude you're bringing into your franchise. Rudiger was amazing and was one of the 10 best defenders in the world last season. But this guy is even better. And
he's a beast. And with this signing, they also got Raheem Sterling, which we talked about last video. He's a great rotational guy. They're also thinking about getting either Kimpembe or a Nathan Ake to kind of go like beside him. Chelsea might be a team to look for next year to kind of challenge Man City and Liverpool for this Premier League title, bro. It's going to be.
The big question for them is who's playing forward. You know, I think at this point, Kai Havertz would probably be the bet as a false nine. Timo Werner has proved he can't do anything but run around without the ball.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
He's the best soccer player I've ever seen without the ball at his feet.
I don't know, bro. I think he's just gonna have to score. I don't think they have enough money to sign somebody good. At least that's like, notable that we know. Unless they get some young star.
But
he's gonna have to do it. Him or Kai.
Their formula is gonna be simple, man. Classic Chelsea shit, right? Under the Mourinho days. Turn Stamford Bridge into the fortress. Don't let up no goals at home. Nobody scores on us. We get all of our home points. And then, you know what I'm saying? Away we get these 2-1s and 1-0s and whatnot. And it is what it is.
I trust Tuchel, though, bro. He's a really good coach, man. He's proven himself. He's proven himself to be a really good coach. Chelsea, unfortunately, though, I think they're still going to come either in third or fourth. They really do have to figure out their scoring goals situation. In the meantime, good luck. Great season, third or fourth place. It's not that bad. Chelsea, you were shitty like 5-6 years ago. It's okay. Look at Man U. They've been in third or fourth. It's fine.
My God. They just signed a cardiac kid. Are you kidding me? They give their Christian Eriksen.
Oh, God, that's right. Watch out, boys. Watch out. I don't know.
Who do you think I was going to say? Donnie Yarke?
No. Nah, who's that Browns quarterback they used to call him the cardiac kid? Or am I tripping? Bert Kozar?
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, Bernie Kosar.
Yeah. I thought it was him. Anyways, that's old shit. Motherfuckers don't know nothing about that. But yeah. That's an interesting one, bro. That's an interesting one. Chelsea's looking good.
Yeah,
any other transfers you want to talk about?
If you could only combine Chelsea's back three with Barcelona's front fucking seven, you'd have the greatest team of all time.
You would, bro. You definitely would.
Let's talk about one last dude who's had kind of an interesting path as a player. He went from being on the Golden Boy shortlist to being a FIFA god to being a guy who didn't really fulfill his promise to being a guy who exploded back on the map and has performed admirably for Portugal. Renato Sanchez is signing for PSG, Terry, who fits the mold perfectly as a complementary type of player, willing to do the dirty work, incredible engine, but also offers, significantly more attacking promise than a guy like Idrissa Gueye.
Yeah, no, he does. He's got more flair as well. I think he kind of fits like that whole PSG mold of like grittiness and flair, like a flair and nice creativity for the game. Like he gets into tackles hard as shit, bro. That he's really good, man. I don't know what happened to his consistency in his career. He fell off. He went to England, played for Swansea for like a loan season or somebody like that. He's back now. He's looking good. I think this is a perfect signing for PSG. They're kind of looking for someone to be beside Verratti, bro. Like Rabiot, I don't think he's that guy. I really don't think he's that type of dude. I don't know exactly where he's going to fit. Like, are they going to make him more of a defensive guy, or are they going to make him box to box like Verratti?
100% though. He'll be defensive guy.
He's a box to box guy though, so it'll be interesting to see him just.
He can do more. He's in the N'Golo Kante mold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, not as good and accomplished as N'Golo Kante.
No,
but he's a guy who can contribute more. I think it's a hand in glove fit, like you said, Terry. And PSG are assembling a really athletic team over there as well. You know, they have their agent stars that provide the quality, but the majority of their squad are really athletic players, considering, you know, we're talking about soccer here.
Oh, well, we don't need athletes in soccer yet. You know, we don't need guys that can run around a field for 7 to 10 miles in a game. Yeah, that's not athletic at all. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah. Have the foot-eye coordination that is way harder than hand-eye coordination. No big deal. Yeah, they're not athletes now. For 40-inch verticals are all that matters. That's it.
If you can't play nickelback in the NFL, you're not an athlete.
I guess me and you aren't athletes. We're out of here.
Fuck no. That's why I'm talking about other folks. Are you kidding me, Terry? Oh, man.
Funny,
athletes don't wear corduroy kimonos unless they're named Kyle Kuzma.
They don't look as fresh as you, bro. They don't look as fresh as you. Don't.
Just trying to hide my sunburn. I'm at the point where I'm trying to decide, did I get bit by fire ants or do I have cancer in my arm? I really don't know.
I have no idea, brother. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's all we got, right? That's all the transfers. I don't think there's anything else out there that's huge. We talked about a lot last week.
Oh, you know, Brittany Griner got transferred from a holding cell to a permanent cell. So that's news for you, boy. I saw a picture of her holding up a photo of 30 WNBA players all wearing her jersey. And I thought, she must have broken the record.
I got nothing to say.
Has the WNBA ever sold 30 shirts for the same player in the same day before?
Who knows, bro? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not getting into that. Man. That's too messy.
Maybe she's just waiting for Cheryl to swoop in and save her. I don't know.
Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. You got some more? You got some more?
Yeah. I got some more. She's going to hire Elena Della to go dominate the opposition in the courtroom.
Jesus Christ. Nah, I didn't like that one as good as the other one.
No,
all I'm saying is, you motherfuckers would have watched it. Lower the rims. That's all I'm saying. 9-foot rims, your boy would be watching Brittany Griner dunk on some other girls. I'm just saying. If you would have lowered the rims, I would have been like, get Brittany out of prison. She's the best dunker I've ever seen. But you got these 10-foot rims, man. It's ridiculous. You got a smaller ball. Lower the fucking rims. Give me some more excitement. I'm not watching the WNBA. I'm not buying a jersey. Doesn't matter.
At this point, it's on rappers to get her home. I don't know why we don't have a Bring Britney Back song yet. If she was like one of these white Republican ladies that got kidnapped for what's a white? If she was like a golfer, you know what I mean? You don't think Kenny Chesney and all these other guys wouldn't go ride some horses and put their best cowboy hats on and put a track out to get her back home? This is on you, Mace. This is what happens when you retire from the game.
So
people get left behind and people get hurt.
You telling me we've been making the wrong comparisons? You know, we've been comparing this to like LeBron James. If LeBron was there, we'd never let him go. If it was even fucking shit, we might get Kyrie Irving back faster than this motherfucker. This is ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? They'd hit return to sender right on his forehead.
Oh my god! So you mean if it was Sue Bird, she'd be back a little quicker? Do you mean to tell me if it was Megan Rapinoe?
Here we go. Yeah. So that was
Alex Morgan,
not Megan Rapinoe. Wait for it. You know which one we're going.
Alex Morgan.
Gotta have a little hope. Gotta have a little hope.
Shit, hell no. Hope Solo's there for life. We out on that one. She's done.
What,
if she got
for beating up a prison guard? What do you mean?
Nah, bro. She's in there for life. One crack rock. She's done. She's out, bro. She's out of there, bro. No way. She's never coming back, man. It's done. It's done. Absolutely.
We're out of here too. But unlike crack rocked out, no one's happier about that by the way than Brianna Scurry. who's like,
Oh God.
I think she formed she filed a formal petition that she should have to change her name from Hope to something else. Despair Solo.
Maybe, man, maybe. But hey, look, as we
unlike DS, we'll be back next week, y'all, with more content
man.
for you guys.
That's it. Hey, look, like the video, comment, leave something down below. Tell us what you think. And subscribe. Subscribe to everything. 5 stars on Spotify, iTunes. You find us everywhere. Just The Habitual Line Steppers, man. TheHLSpod.com. We're on all the socials. Just look us up, man. We're there. North Carolina continue to stand up. And Chris Brown and Lil Baby tonight over in Raleigh tonight. That's just going to be a little wild, a little rowdy. But I ain't going, though. I ain't going. Free BG, and I'll go to the...
Did you say Chris Brown is having a baby in Raleigh?
I said Chris Brown and Lil Baby have a concert in Raleigh. That's what I said.
Oh,
We're bringing in millions. We're bringing in millions tonight, baby. We're bringing in millions.
I'm sure he's going to be leaving babies all over Raleigh by the time he's done tonight. Make sure you bring your Lysol wipes, Terry, and your hand sanitizer.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy.
Hey,
until next week.
You should go to the Chris Brown concert. Front row. Get one of the...
With a free BG?
No, with a Rihanna mask.
Oh, God. Thank you for stepping across the line with us for another week. Peace. Peace out, man.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.